years ago, at the central square in Zental Keep, two young Kinku accompany their cruel master, Zerul Blackblood. Zerul Blackblood, to watch the festival. Distant bells and hummingbird wing beats marvel as a brightly colored man strides up. A nervous distant bells, swaddled in robes to hide his appearance, says,
Look, hummingbird, a storyteller.
Greetings, children. I am the Master Bard Bengali, and I have a question for you. Would you like to hear a scary story?
I am not afraid.
Oh, listen to this little one, bundled against the cold. Then listen to my tale of the Silver Arm.
Arms aren't scary, and silver is valuable.
All right, my mysterious friend. 2 ears and 1 mouth and all that. Now, once upon a time, a blacksmith had died, and he had crafted himself, before he died, a beautiful silver arm to replace the one he'd lost, bitten off by a wyvern long ago.
A wyvern would have poisoned and eaten him.
A lawmaster as well. Anyway, he lay at the church in Tamora, ready for a burial, when a young boy, about your age, decided to come and take the arm so he could sell it and be rich.
If I had that much silver, I'd buy myself freedom.
Quiet!
Sorry, master.
Yes, the boy took the arm home and set it next to his bed, intending to sell it in the market the next day, when the wind began to blow so hard that his door slammed open, and he heard the sound of a voice saying, "Who's got my arm? Who?"
Was it the blacksmith? Was he undead?
And now the stairs creaked, and as heavy footfalls bump, 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 bumped up the stairs, and a voice filled with the grave groaned, "Who's got my arm? Who?"
The boy should run.
Now the door creaked open, and the boy, looking in from under his covers, could just make out a hulking figure of a one-armed man. And he stomped his way to the bed, and he could smell the rot and hear the creak of stiffening limbs as a single hand reached down and drew back the covers.
Why does he not run?
"Who's got my arm?" "Why, you've got it!"
Foolish whelp! You spilled my drink! I'll take that out of your hide!
No need, Master Wizard. Here, take this coin to replace it. And you, young man, listen to me, my boy. If you ever find a silver arm or anything else to help you, you run from this man. Run and never look back. And let that be a lesson to you not to steal. Enjoy the fair, and remember, should you take from the dead, they will come looking for you.
Chafing Armor Podcast, episode 137, The Silver Arm. Welcome back to the Chafing Armor Podcast. I'm your host and lovable Dungeon Master, Michael Corley, and with me tonight on a special 2-person recording is James. James, tell us who you will be playing.
Well, blah! My name is James, and I am playing Penton Chalice, a spell scale sorcerer, who is continually changing. I don't even know what he is anymore. He just keeps on changing into different things, and I don't know what's happening.
Your spell scale keeps on changing. And also, not to changing is Lee. Lee, tell us who you will be playing.
G'day everybody, my name is Lee, and I will be playing Distant Bells, who apparently just forgot his own name.
Well, apparently I forgot James's name earlier, and since he referenced it, I have to leave the snafu in, so that makes it even better. When we last left our players, they had journeyed into the necropolis of Kalimvor, finding it magically augmented so that it was gigantic, going out for miles and miles, finding out that Taka, the monk, had used the broken half of the Staff of Seraphim, the other half that they are searching for, to do so. Why? They don't know. They encountered strange doppelgangers of themselves that had been animated by the hunger ghost, Oliver Black Eyes, only to finally give him a true death using that strange bracelet that Merezi had. And here, in this weird replica of the Pinta Plains, they had gone to rest in one of the empty villagers' huts of Palm Grove, below the Temple of Animus. And that's where they went to sleep. Something very interesting happened to the other adventurers, which you wonderful listeners know about, and these two players don't. You, Distant Bells, awake with a start. You awake remembering that story that you heard years ago in Zental Keep. The place that you now know is utterly and completely destroyed. But you now wake and you find yourself in the darkness. And all you can think about is that silver arm and that voice as something comes in the darkness. You hear a sound. You hear a sound from outside. A You are in a small hut, the kind that would hold a small family of maybe 3 or 4 living all together in kind of the central room. And next to you, of course, is Penton, who is fast asleep, right, Penton?
Sounds like he's got a bit of sleep apnea going on.
Play what you know.
And I actually, my brain has just completely fried out. Do you sleep anymore?
Technically, yes.
Yeah, I thought you did sleep. As I said that, I was like, wait, does he sleep?
Yeah.
No,
he doesn't have to.
sleep.
He doesn't have to eat or drink anything, but he can sleep. He still sleeps.
Right. There you go. He is sustained by magic. But no, Penton is lightly sleeping. Afiel is snoozing next to him, and
standing on his head.
Yes, it's sitting directly on his head, which you noticed he does. She does whenever he's asleep, and always gets off right before he wakes up, so he never knows it.
Bells will chuckle every morning as the light talon marks on Penton's face slowly fade during morning from where Afiel's just been sitting on it.
They've probably been getting less and less over time, though, because his hide's getting a little tougher and tougher. As
That's right. On. That's right.
Yeah. Soon enough, they will not be there at all. Bells will be teaching Afiel to really kind of dig in. Really leave your mark. Okay, do I have an inkling of what this sound might be? I mean, this could kind of cut out some of the high peaks of it. So it to me sounded like someone digging a hole, or possibly something being like something with no foot dragging along the ground, like step drag.
Give me one of those little spot checks, please.
Alrighty, let's do a spot check then. Alright, Distant Bells can't figure out shit. That's a grand total of 9.
Oof.
And 9, okay. You are not able to tell exactly what it is. It sounds kind of like someone walking, but it is actually hard to tell. Is it walking, or is it the sound of digging, or is it the sound of something being dragged? It's just not clear. There is a window, just so you know.
Yeah.
But
I guess
you're
I can't
listening
really.
right now.
Yeah, I guess I can't really tell with that score either whether or not it's coming closer or further away. But
I would say you think that it's coming closer, but you're not sure.
well, I will do a quick and quiet kind of swoop, I guess, up to the window, and just kind of peek up from the bottom just enough that I can see, but not enough to, hopefully, that if someone looked to the window, they wouldn't see my head. I'm not standing in the window looking out. I'm just kind of peeking out from above the sill.
Okay. Could you give me another spot check?
Okay. Same again. Another 9.
9 times.
Okay. So you look through. It is dark outside, just to clarify, and that's probably why you're having trouble seeing. Well, you do have dark vision, right?
Yes.
Yes. So
But I may still be slightly bleary-eyed from waking up.
Yeah. It's still not as clear as daytime. No. And you're looking out, and there is heavy cloud cover. This is, even though you don't think this is the actual Palm Valley, Palm Village, you do. It still has that kind of cloud mist covering that protects it from outside interference. And so it is like extra murky outside. And so you're peering outside, and that's when a rotting, scaled hand bursts through the window and grabs you by the neck. And I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Even me? Sleepy me?
Yes, especially
Okay.
you definitely, because you're obviously going to miss out on this round, but I want to add you to the initiative.
That's a purple.
Oh my
So distant bells?
God, my dice today. Okay. Well, my initiative's pretty good, so 11. I rolled a
11.
2.
Okay. And Penton?
Appropriately, I have a 5.
A 5 for Penton. Very sleepy. All right. So this is a surprise attack that's happening.
No, never mind. It's okay. Not yet. Not yet. Soon.
Gotcha. What is your armor class?
18.
Defender wins. They rolled it in our homebrew. Defender wins. They rolled an 18 with their bonus. So just barely. So they do grab you, but it is not a grapple. And in this darkness, you can see that the hand is long. It is reptilian, and it is rotting. Like bone is literally exposed in 2 different places as it wraps around your neck, but it can't quite get purchase. You move back just enough with your incredible reflexes. And now we are going to move to proper initiative. Penton, you are waking up now. You will not be able to act this round. However, I will allow you to have a movement if you would like.
Okay.
Distant bells, you actually go first.
Okay. Well, not knowing that Penton is waking up, yeah, I will make a noise, a rather loud one.
I'm sorry, I'm not letting you just say that. I want to know, what noise are you making to wake him up?
Please say red alert klaxon.
I don't know if I don't know if Bells would have heard one of those.
Somewhere there's a like the horn of Gondor, but it sounds like that.
Would Bells have heard Penton's lady love scream at any point?
No, because you joined the party after Scald. So you've heard her voice before, but you've never heard her scream. You have heard her talk, but And you've even heard her slightly raise her voice, like talking to someone out of the corner, off camera, as it were, during his quote unquote, Skype calls. But you've never actually heard her scream.
Right, because Distance Bells
like
wasn't
that,
around. He wasn't around during
Well,
the
he
meteor attack.
he
right?
did specifically in game. He overheard one of your conversations with Scald via Doll Eye.
Oh yes.
But he's never heard her scream.
Okay, I'm just trying to think of noises that Belle knows how to make. That
Perhaps the sound of someone screaming at a wedding. I could not.
scratch that. Bells makes no noise whatsoever. Screw Penton.
Right, screw that guy.
He'd just make he'd make some kind of noise that Penton wouldn't be used to hearing. That is clearly something wrong. Oh, wait, no, hold on. I just realised. I'm a native of Zentil Keep. I've heard muggings and murders in alleyways. I know exactly what a crazed scream sounds like. So yeah, I'm going to make the crazed scream of someone being murdered.
That would definitely do it. So a woman's scream pierces the darkness, and certainly would have no trouble waking him up. Now that is more or less a free action, so you still have, of course, your attack if you wish.
Let's see. What do I have on me?
And we discussed this before we started, but your character is canonically wearing the robe of stars right now.
Yes.
The party has to decide what they're going to do with it, but you are actually wearing it right now.
Yes, I have it on under my normal cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna yank on this arm and see if I can pull this thing through the window.
Okay. So you're gonna.
I probably can't, but at least I'm gonna try and maybe the arm will come off. It looks pretty rotten.
It might. You don't know.
Either way, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm just gonna give it a good solid yank with all of my strength, which is not much,
Okay.
but it'll do. Maybe. Okay, that's a 19 plus my strength modifier of 2, so 21.
It does not succeed.
my.
Just so you know, they rolled an 18, so their strength modifier was enough to oppose that. Do you have 2 attacks yet?
Yes, I do.
Well, then you have a second attack.
I'm gonna. Ooh, okay. What I want to do is I want to keep yanking and bring up a sickle at one of the joints, maybe the elbow.
Okay.
Roll to hit. That's a nat 20. You couldn't put this out earlier, please? Jeez.
I was gonna say, are you gonna keep rolling badly? Because I've been rolling really well, which is really weird for me, guys.
Yeah, so, and with the attack with the sickle, since it's my second attack, I don't get my full bonus. D6, right?
I believe so, but it is magical.
That's 6 plus 6 is 12 times 2, 24.
Okay, that will definitely hit.
That was the damage from the sickle.
That was for the.
Oh, okay, sorry.
critical
Say that
hit.
again then.
24.
24. Okay, so the sickle bites into the elbow joint, and you see the arm actually like pop upwards in an angle that no normal arm could. It still is attached, but suddenly the hand like spasms, not from pain, but from suddenly the parts that make it work right all askew, and it has definitely let go of you now.
Okay.
And you have damaged this creature that is trying to kill you. And speaking of the creature, it is now the creature's turn. The creature takes its hand and goes and pops it back into place, though it is not perfect anymore because it is rotting and falling apart. And the hand, imagine the hand slamming back towards what the creature, so that it slams against the wall, and suddenly, just creature is bursting through the window. It uses its own hand to propel it forward, and it comes forward in a crouching attack stance, and you are suddenly beset with just everywhere are hands trying to smack you in the face. And you've not experienced. I'm sorry, I should say you have experienced something like this when you fought your own sister. And that is a 17, which will not succeed. That is a natural 1, so I need to pull out my little percentage dice here. Just a 44, so that just misses. And third attack. Third attack is a 27. Will a 27 hit?
No, it will not. Yes, it will.
Of course. And so this just ridiculous speed of hands coming at you, and you block, and then the last one turns into a palm strike and catches you right underneath the beak. And your head just snaps up as you take 18 points of damage from that last strike. Is a powerful. They rolled very well, and that will now bring it to you, Penton. You are waking up. You have woken up to hear this ear-piercing scream, followed by a crack, smash of glass, and followed by a pa 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 pa. And what would you like to do? You cannot attack this turn, but you can move.
Right. Well, I'll use half my movement to stand up.
Okay.
And then I will run to the door and try and get a better look at what this thing is, or if there's anything else out there.
Okay. Well, and just to clarify, the thing has come into the room.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was still
smashed.
trying to get him through the window.
Yeah,
Okay.
it smashed through the window.
Gotcha.
And so it is now standing before y'all.
Okay. Then I will, as my free action, ignite my aura.
And what is the range of that aura?
It's basically the same as like a torch, so 10 feet bright, 20 feet, dim. But in that 10 feet is the anti-undead effects. Well, so it'll take a D4 damage when it comes to its round if it's in that
and you
area.
definitely see the sizzling begin. Not surprisingly, from what I've described so far, but this is clearly an undead creature. So that was definitely a good use. And also, Afiel wakes up and flies up towards the ceiling. This is, again, a fairly small... The interior is actually pretty similar to the interior of Audrey, like a almost 30 by 30, but y'all are towards one end. There was no reason not to sleep near the door. There was just kind of like some pallets on the ground.
Right.
And so you're all within like 10 feet of each other. And now that you see the creature in full, both of you, especially as illuminated by your glow, this is a rotting, undead Reja. Reja, of course, being the lizard folk woman, the monk who helped you balance your energies when they had become overloaded to achieve your dragon form.
Right.
Also, what's that?
That's a bummer.
Yeah, and while she is super undead and her eyes glow with a baleful blue glow, you definitely sense this is no normal zombie. This is not just simply an undead. This is something attacking with the skills, or at least some of the skills, of the living creature.
Right.
And that will bring it back to distant bells.
Okay. And I don't know, it's been a long time since we've used this, and I don't know whether that D4 happens on my turn or on the creature's turn.
Gotcha. We can have it happen on your turn if you'd like.
Either way, I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, well, you did activate it, so I think that's fine.
All right, then that will be
makes
4
sense.
points of damage then.
Oh, I was rolling for you. I don't know why. I don't roll your damage, but I also rolled a 4, so that works out nicely.
Oh, now it's 8 points
so-
of damage then.
Yes. So there you go. So you've already done 28 points of damage to this undead creature simply by going right for the joint with distant bells, but also by your glow as it bathes it in this not holy per se, but brilliant, good, positive light and full of magic and energy. And that will bring it back to distant bells.
Just going to make a terrible reference here, but I think I'm going to start calling Penton the Renegade Master.
I do not know that reference.
Is that a Last Dragon reference?
No, it's from a song by Wild Child. Back once again for the Renegade Master. D4 damage with the ill behavior.
D4 damage.
Wow.
I love that. I love that lyric.
It just popped into my head, and I'm like, where have I heard that before? Yeah, so Penton is now the Renegade Master.
I can live with that.
Yeah, okay, so... Alright, well, I will say I can't be flanked in combat, so yeah, I retain my full AC just as a... still my turn. I mean, this whole scenario is... I was not here for this, so this makes no difference to me. This I don't know who this is. It's just a creature that's attacked me.
You have
I don't
no
even
idea.
know where the hell we are. This is a whole new place for me. Penton seems to know what's going on, but or everybody else seemed to know what was going on back at the scale room. But Bells, this makes not. Yeah, this is all new. So instead. Even the Baleful Blue Glow is new.
For you, it is. Yeah.
Bells is going to pull out. Oh, wait. How far is it to the door?
I mean, the door is literally right next to the window. Like, just imagine, like a child's drawing of a house.
Oh, okay, yep.
except this is basically a hut. I mean, it's just a glorified house, barely a house. So there's one door and there's one window, and the window is right next to the door.
Okay. Bells is going to make a sound that hopefully Benton will recognize. Specifically because it literally just happened. The sound of acid eating into something, like a chain. Okay. And leap out the window, and he's going to delay his turn. So that hopefully Penton gets the message and leaves the hut. Yeah, so that just means I'm allowed to just kind of cut in and go, this is where I am now.
Okay.
In the initiative order.
Gotcha. Now, you mentioned not being flanked, but if you run out the door, you would take an attack of opportunity.
I jump out the window that the monster
Okay.
came through.
Right, you're still leaving.
I will still
Yeah.
take an attack of opportunity,
Contact.
yes, but I'm just saying I'll jump out the window.
No, you... Oh, sorry. Yeah, you absolutely can do that. I just wanted to warn you.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, gotcha. It rolls a 5, so it does not succeed on that attack of opportunity. And I'll get to a reason why that in a second. It swipes at you as you're going out. Just give me either an acrobatics or an athletics check. I just want to see how well you land in this scenario.
Oh, cool. One of my favorites.
You're really bad at that.
Yeah. I have tumble or
Tumble, I would allow, definitely. 'Cause
Escape artist?
Literally what this is.
I mean, both of them are good. I don't really mind which one. Let's go
Yeah.
with tumble.
Well, it's not really an escape art. This is a physical act that you're doing, like a roll, a tumble.
That's not a D20. That is. Okay. Tumble. Cool. Oh, nice. 25.
Okay. So you come down and whoop, roll in 3-point land perfectly outside.
Well, actually, what I'd like to do is jump out the window, tumble, and as I rise to my feet, spin so I'm facing back at the hut.
Well, Well, that you definitely can do with a 25. So you are doing so.
And draw a vial out of the bandolier as a free action. I can't throw it in preparation for throwing it if Penton figures out what I'm trying to do.
Gotcha. Why can't you throw it?
Because Penton's still in the room.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, no. Gotcha. No, okay, sorry. My brain's too literal. I was thinking like there's some rule reason.
Oh, no.
Gotcha.
It's okay. I would throw it, but I mean, yeah, I don't know exactly how...
I'm not invulnerable to poisons and acid yet.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
So I don't know if he's able to just take it on the chin right now. So I'm waiting.
I'm a spellcaster. I can never take it on the chin.
Yes. No, it's not. You do not want to ever be soaking up damage.
No.
If you can help it. So is there anything else you would like to do on your turn, though, Distant Bells?
No. I am delaying my turn until... yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Until I do something.
So that will actually bring it to Reja. And the real reason that the big part of why they missed you, one, you're very fast, but also they were really focusing on you, Penton.
Oh.
And they say, "You are a failure. You are a freak." They pull up their both hands, and both of their fingers form little daggers, little points, and they begin going and trying to strike you in very particular places. So I'm guessing that a 29 hits.
Yeah, that hits even me. Oof.
Okay.
Death by acupressure. Oof.
Yeah. Sorry, I did drop one, so I need to re-roll. Fortunately, the other two do not. What is your armor, by the way? Just to
20.
verify. You're 20, yeah. You close, but the other two do not hit. However, the first one does. When that strike hits you, you suddenly feel like when your abilities were going out of control. And I'm going to have a fun little 1d4 roll here. 2. So that means your wings burst out, and your full dragonborn wings burst out, filling the room behind you. And you suddenly are a little off balance because of that, because it was a very unexpected change.
Yeah.
Fortunately, because of what it's doing, it doesn't do as much damage. However, it does still do damage. You take 7 points of damage as it strikes an incredibly sensitive nerve to trigger this change.
Okay.
And now it is your turn, Penton.
All right. I'm gonna. So now I'm a little awkward because I got these wings, the extra large wings sticking out. I'm gonna try, just like folding them in as much as possible so they don't take as much space while I'm trying to move. And what I want to do, and this is probably futile, but I'm going to try to kind of push past. Because are they completely blocking the door? Is it possible for me to get through that way?
It's one of those things where you absolutely could get through. You absolutely will take an attack of opportunity if you do so.
Well, if I go through the door, but I stay in the doorway, like sort of adjacent to them, and kind of just get past them, but near them, would that be a thing?
Well, see, the problem is that they, you woke up and they jumped in, so like you have to pass by them. You would basically be doing that little thing like when you're playing, Red Rover, where you try to run through where the arm is. You'd have to do that little like, skirt to the side. So this literally would be an attack of opportunity moment.
Okay, so they're not exactly like right by the doorway. They're more like by. Okay, so I need to go.
Yeah, because they're more or less in front of the window.
Okay,
though they move closer to you. Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Yeah, I will do that. I will run. I will run past and hope that it misses me.
An 18. So what they do is they come with a roundhouse kick as you pass by, which would have just caught you right in the face. And is there anything that you would do to not take that to the face?
No. At that point, that would just be absorbed by my aura, and it would just kind of silver sparks would just kind of flare off where it almost hit me, but just came a couple of inches shy.
Okay. Perfect. And there's a crackling of energy as you pass by, and perhaps you kind of do that little where you lean down a little bit, and it just slows down as it gets closer and closer to your magic until it can't quite touch you, and you zip by to the door, and now you are at the door entrance. I'm assuming you would like to use your action now, Distant Bells?
Yes. Upon spotting Penton in the doorway, Bells takes the opportunity. I mean, he doesn't really know exactly what Penton's doing. He just assumes he's actually coming out. But this is the opportunity to throw the vial of acid fog into the cart.
Okay.
Through the window.
By the way, it takes another 4 points of damage from my aura.
Oh, yes, that's true. Because it is your turn. So go ahead. Oh, no, you already rolled. So
Yeah.
32 points of damage.
I will accomplish my throw into the room. Why are you giving me that number on the dumbest throws?
Was it a 20?
It was. I managed to get the vial through the window.
That's right. Yeah, it would have been. You almost would have had to hit a 1 to not hit because
Exactly.
it just fills the room with acid. So
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
lovely. So you hit that in. Do you have the damage for that acid? It works
not.
like acid cloud, doesn't it?
I believe so. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. An acid or acid fog. Acid fog is 2d6 of acid damage to anything and all objects within. So roll that, please.
Okay. Hope you didn't leave anything in there, Penton.
What would I leave in there?
This is true.
I did say that Aphil flew to the
boy.
roof. So she will be able to get out, either out of the what's it called, chimney? Yeah, or through the window.
Right? Because I would assume that she would go on the same turn as me.
Yeah, she would. She was following you.
Okay.
And in fact, I meant to ask you if you wanted to have her do anything, and I forgot. So we'll assume that she's following you.
Yeah,
That's
good.
12 points of acid damage.
Whoa, nice roll. So y'all have already done 44 points of damage as the room just begins to billow up, and on that natural 20, I'm going to say that the actual vial hits Reja, and so there's going to be another effect just in a minute, but
Savage splash damage.
pretty much. But that will actually bring it to Reja. She is hurtling forward, but she cannot pass through a door that when someone is standing in it, like, say, Penton. But she is hurtling towards you, Penton, and she is savagely striking with her fingers.
Bring it on, lady.
19.
Nope.
Let's see, that's an 18, but the middle one was a 25.
Well, you know.
Win some, lose some.
Yeah, so that's a 3 on there. So that is the sort of grenticular area. So your tail flies out from behind you, and you can feel like some portions of your, like thigh, leg area become scaly, and you're suddenly a little more off balance, which is going to be an issue in a second. And unfortunately, they rolled well. You take 8 points of damage just from the finger strike that triggers this change.
All right. Okay. All right.
And that will bring it to you, Penton. So you finally can act.
Okay. Did we decide whether my dragon form was a free action?
Oh no, changing into your dragon form is a free action. That is established. I said that
I figure
from the beginning.
I'm halfway there already. I'm just going to finish the process.
All right.
And just go all in.
Okay.
And therefore, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I would like you to give me a willpower saving throw.
Okay. Luckily, I think I'm okay at those.
I should hope so.
Okay. There we go. Non-natural 20.
So when you change, this is like you said before. This is just kind of your glow gets bigger, and then you just change. This isn't like a werewolf thing. It's just like a woof, a flash, and it's effortless. But this time it's not. You feel those parts that had already transformed like a gear stuck. But then you just power through it and vroom, and that was actually the thing you needed to do because you complete the transformation and all of you is now in dragon form.
Yay!
And you are no longer stuck in a transitional phase.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
there were other things you could have done, but that is the clearest one, which I suspected you would figure out, but still very, very well done. And that is a free action, and now it is your turn.
Okay. First off, it takes another 3 points of damage from my aura.
Very good.
And then we're going to do a claw and a bite attack. Oh, rolling to hit would be good. Well, that's a 1. And
okay, give me that percentage roll.
And the other one's a 9, so that's not going to hit either. Jeez.
Oh dear.
I guess I'm a little off kilter from.
Well,
the
you're trying not to get into the acid. And also roll that percentage die for that one.
I did that in my 20s, and I don't want to do that anymore. 39.
39, just a miss.
Okay.
Swing and a miss. But that happens. But you managed to get out of this really awkward form, which was, by the way, going to have various disadvantages for you. So it's good that you did.
I thought
yeah, and that will bring it back around to Distant Bells. You are looking in through the window, and this thing is filling up. It is technically at the door because it's striking at Penton.
Okay. Ooh, okay. I'm going to pull out my grappling hook and rope and try and throw it to yank the thing back into the room to take more acid damage.
Okay, it's not that you definitely could use your rope to grab it, but how would you get it back in the room? Because that would be behind you.
Through the window.
Right, but the window and the door are next to each other. So you're, they're both like on the south wall.
Unless they're 2D, they're going to show if I stand at an angle to the window.
Okay. I will allow it. I'm just saying that it's not like if they were at the door and you were on the other side of the house and you threw it and yoinked them back, but you're kind of like pulling them to the side. It would just be kind of awkward.
Well, yeah, I'm sort of standing at the window and just kind of hoiking it through to the side to try and hit them with it. Okay. If it doesn't hit them, it doesn't hit them.
True.
So just pull it back in.
I will allow it.
But yeah, I'll give it a shot. And it's a dex throw too. Lovely. All right. That rolled off the table, thank you. Okay, that's a 19 on the die for the throw. So
that will hit.
Okay, where does the hook grab? Is it in a rib cage or?
I'm gonna use the same metric I used for those strikes. You catch it around the feet. It hooks around one of the foot.
All right. Yeah, I'm just going to give it a good yank. Strength.
Okay.
Oh, 21. It wasn't a natural
Okay.
20. I got a 19, so.
All right. You hoik, and this Reja falls to the ground into that billowing acid, which actually should be on your turn because that's when it took damage last.
2d6.
So you need to roll 2d6, and then I also want you to do 1d6 of damage for the hook catch.
Okay. So the 2d6 is a 10. And the 1d6 for the catch is a 6.
6. You all have now done 63 points of damage as it falls and it's burning and acid is eating through its rotting flesh and it's screaming and writhing. And it keeps pointing at you, Penton, and going, "Failure! Failure!" And it stands back up, and technically, that will actually give you, Penton, an attack of opportunity.
I'll take it. Okay.
Or a normal attack.
21 to hit?
That will hit.
Okay. Can I pick which normal attack it is? A claw or a bite or whatever?
It could be a claw or a bite.
I'll go for bites, because why not?
Chomp.
Yummy.
And that
Yummy
is
undead flesh.
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. So, Penton, describe to me how you bite an undead zombie lizard monk to death.
It's tricky because this thing is still like billowing acid out of its chest. Maybe I wouldn't. Well, yeah, I went with it. I'm gonna lunge for a leg and just kind of like lift it off the ground and kind of throw it like a dog into the stream,
All right.
and just have it land painfully onto the ground.
Okay. So a few things happen. You grab it by the leg and just yoink, and the grappling hook is still caught on the other leg.
Oh,
and so
right.
there is a horrible, just like that sound when you take a wing of a chicken, for dinner, and it's just that
ripping flesh sound.
Cracking sinew.
and the first leg stays there, connected to the grappling hook. By the way, the rope for your grappling hook is partially disintegrated. You will absolutely be able to recover the hook, but the rope itself, was eaten away.
Oh, yeah. I use the hemp rope for that.
Yep. You still got, another... I can't remember. Are they 50 feet or 30 feet?
They're usually 50 feet, yeah.
Yeah, 50. So you still got 30 or 35 feet of it, but some of it is eaten away by the acid. The hook itself, you'll be able to recover when it dissolves.
I'm writing them all. I'm writing them all off.
Yeah. You're like, that's fine.
Just cut about 47 feet off of it, and it'll be fine.
That's right. As this body hurls through and slams into the ground, and when it does, something imagine if you had taken, I don't know, say like a zombie, and you had sewn something inside the zombie, and then the zombie hit the ground very, very hard, that its chest might, the stitches holding it together might, burst open. Okay. And something just flies out and to the ground.
Oh.
And both of you, at this now still undead, the baleful blue glow slowly fading from its eyes, you're both looking at it, and you're looking at what came out of its chest cavity. You're looking at a beautifully crafted silver arm. And that's where we'll end Chafing Armor, episode 137. Thank you both for playing.
Thank you, sir. And I'll say it for Tex. Thanks for not killing us.
since he's not here to do it. This is definitely the worst pinata ever.
Oh, yeah.
That would definitely ruin a 6-year-old's birthday.
That's right. That's right. Just
Depends on the 6-year-old.
And the candy falls out. That's true. Someone might be elated. But thank you all both for playing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You all both have a wonderful evening, and until we talk to all our wonderful listeners again, we will roll with you soon.